Hi, good morning everybody. I'm Andrew Riddington, I'm a local farmer, and I've taken the pumpkins that Ben supplied me onto our composting site. So this is the process whereby we're going to shred the pumpkins up into small pieces, and I'll explain why that is important in the future. And now we're going into a shredder. So the green machine, the willy board machine, is a big shredder, and in there's a lot of big hammers all going at a very quick speed. It will take the full pumpkin and it will then smash it into small pieces like this. So we've now moved to another part of the business, and this is for anaerobic digestion, which is the creation of energy and heat from the agricultural crops. So we mix the pumpkins, which we will about see be put into the tanks, along with maize. So maize is grown as a biogas crop. It comes in and the machine then shreds it into very small pieces, brought into the site on tractors and trailers, and then tipped into the hopper of the anaerobic digestion, mixed in with the pumpkins that will go in just now. Okay, so behind me is a big hopper, and into that hopper we put a number of different products. The pumpkin waste that we've now shredded is just about to go in. We'll also add into it grass and the maize that we've seen shredded going into a big heap. So the big hopper has got a large conveyor at the bottom, and it basically slides all the material that's in the hopper to this end, and then it falls into the cylinder at the bottom and then up the conveyor into the big tank. That tank we call a pre-digester tank. The idea is that they have lots of big stirrers in them, and that will mix in the maize and the pumpkins, the grasses and everything else that we can put in to make sure that the mix is both fluid, i.e. it's very watery, and well mixed together, so not one just product all by itself. Okay, so we've now moved to the other side of the process, and we can see the back of the tank, so the bit back of the hopper, and then the elevator conveyor that goes up into this tank. This is the back side of the pre-digested tank that we just mentioned. It stays in here being mixed for around about 10 days, all the products, and then it's moved from there through the pipe that comes out of the top, sucked out of the tank, into the next tank. This tank here is called the digestion tank 1, and it's going to be in here, this particular tank, for around about 30 days. The temperature is going to be getting up to somewhere between 38 and 42 degrees, and the anaerobic process, which is the breakdown of organic matter without air, will happen naturally because all the bugs are already in the process. So once the post-digestion tank has done its job and most of the gas is now freed from the maize and the feedstock that's in there, it gets pumped into this big tank. This tank is around about 9 meters high, and it holds about a third of the year's crop, so around about 8,000 tons of material. It's around about 35 meters wide, and that holds just liquid material as much as possible. We have taken the solid fraction out. Okay, so before the product becomes too solid, it moves from the post-digestion tank across these 3 little boxes, and inside those boxes is a press. So this is like a screw that just goes round and round and round, and what it's doing is taking the solid form and it's dropping into this compound, while the liquid form is then going back to the storage tank, which therefore means that in effect after the process is finished and we've got all of the gas that we can, we're left with 2 byproducts. One of them is a liquid product, and that is taken away in tankers and it is spread out onto fields as a liquid fertilizer. The second product is this one, which is a solid digestate, and that solid digestate can be good for mixing with other growing media, or it can be sold direct to growers and farmers as a product all by itself. So here we are now at the gas part of the business. So we have pipes coming out of the digestion tank and the post-digestion tank, and that is drawing just the gas off. The gas is mainly methane, and then it's drawn from the tank and from the bubble at the top into these pipes, and then into an engine that sits inside this green box. The engine is what we call a combined heat and power engine, and it basically takes the methane and converts it into electricity. The heat is then lost through the flume on top of the engine. The electricity is taken from here and then moved and connected into the national grid system, which is here in this cage. So this is now producing electricity, and it's all being put into the grid. It's being put into the grid all the time, and from this whole process we will produce enough electricity to keep around about 1,500 houses working every day of the year.